It was Sunday the 31st of May. We arrived at the Carrick and Shannon Festival, and the words of this song occurred to me. The sun had gone down as we reached the town, so we found us some place to stay. And with nothing to do, me and the crew went looking for what we could find. There were crowds all around. From above came a sound of a fiddle, and my, it could play. Could this be for real? Could somebody steal from the angels this heavenly sound? There on a bandstand stood a girl and a man. They smiled as the crowd stood and cheered. As she threw back her head, it was then someone said, "I've just come to hear Deirdre play." She played, whoa, the music she made had feeling no words could say. It was plain to be seen she was their queen. They'd all come to hear Deirdre play, and she played. We danced, we sang, and the music was grand, like children just let out to play. With no cares at all, we had a ball the night that we heard Deirdre play. The moon shone down on that small country town as it turned night into day. I can still see her yet, I'll never forget the night that we heard Deirdre play, and she played.
Well, my goodness, they're the Outlaws, and Eiley, they were waiting to hear Deirdre play on the fiddle.
They were indeed.
My goodness. And you know, it's spring.
These are the daffodils.
Springtime.
Wonderful. And as bad as the weather is, they're not a bit late coming out.
It's wonderful.
Wonderful. They're there tonight anyway to remind us that Daffodil Day is coming up on the 25th of the month, and people will be out collecting money, and please give generously to that wonderful cause.
And of course, it's programme 183, and this evening, right on camera there, is Mr. Sean Murphy, and I think it's good.
Just to prove
Just to prove it. And we have a mighty audience ready to appear very, very shortly. And of course, editing this week and on computer and on sound at the moment is the one and only
William Fitzgerald.
Exactly. So there we are. And talking about great talent in editing, there's the All-Ireland Talent Show.
Yeah.
And we've been asked to cast our votes for the two-day nation group from Tralee.
Oh,
There we
the
are.
neighbours. We'll have to vote for the neighbours.
Absolutely, because apparently a lot of friends around here.
Oh.
So this is a case of
And they
Cork
are.
voting for Kerry.
And they are very good.
In a very special way.
Yeah.
And you know, of course, St. Patrick's Day is coming up.
It is indeed.
And very recently, a wonderful viewer came along and very much wished to emphasise what a wonderful DVD this is. It's a DVD called Patrick, and it's narrated by Liam Neeson, and it's with the voice also of Gabriel Byrne. But
Are they just voiceovers from the...
yes, but a very inspiring documentary,
Oh, no.
about an hour-long documentary, and to be highly, highly recommended. And Eileen, you have a lot to do with walking, I believe.
Well, indeed.
A lot to do with walking.
They're big into walking this year, because I'll be talking about it in my news in a minute, but we have this walking festival coming up in Millstreet on the 9th and 10th of April, and it's a walking festival, and they have they have it all arranged anyway. They have about 4 or 5 different walks for people over the weekend. And one of the things involves taking them all back to the mills in Ballybona and trying them out there and leave them walk home. And I think that'd be wonderful and a fine day. And as well as that, they have a music trail around the town on the nights of the festival, so as that people will have entertainment at night.
Wonderful.
So the contact number there, all this goes on the website anyway, so somebody will tell you if you don't do it yourself. Now the contact number for this walking festival is 087 352 8750. And of course we have what we thought was the chipper the other night, the Big Mac, the Monster Mac. This is all working out at Millstreet Country Park on the Maybank holiday weekend, the end of April. Again, that's a fierce thing, because they have a trail, an 8-kilometre trail run. They have a bike ride, a road bike of 20 kilometres. They have a mountain run of 8 kilometres, a road bike again of 25 kilometres, and kayaking for 400 metres. So it is all happening in the country park at the Maybank holiday, the 13th of April.
I'm out of breath already.
I'm out of breath reading it.
And of course the MAC, part of it stands for Millstreet Adventure Challenge.
Ah, is that what you
Yes,
called?
indeed.
I didn't know
and here
that.
is one man
Don't you know everything,
that seems
don't
to be
you?
into the actual walking, or am I right?
Yeah.
The famous Brian Dennehy.
Ah.
And Brian Dennehy, of course, the famous Brian Dennehy recently starred in the INEX Centre in Killarney, and of course his grandfather was born in Millstreet.
And he's very proud of the fact.
And there he was in the front this time of Irish Roots. And Irish Roots, of course, is edited by the one and only Cullen native Maureen Phibbs. That's Maureen Phibbs Ní Hickey from Cullen. That's great. So there's Brian in the front of Irish Roots there. And talking about magazines, we have Clara News, still only €1, with lots and lots of photographs.
Goes all over Ireland, and we have a mailing service of 90 copies of mailed around the world
90.
every issue.
Yes,
so it
that's
goes
a 10.
everywhere.
And even one issue moves from New York to that same one issue could go over to San Francisco, could go over to Orlando, and so on.
They post all over the world.
And thanks to Ben O'Sullivan from Ballydesmond, Ben alerted me to the Ballydesmond Chronicle 2010, and William, who's editing at the moment, will be very proud of this, because William, of course, is a native of
Ballydesmond.
And wonderful, wonderful pictures and lots of great news there also. By the way, I happened to be on a plane recently. Yes.
Oh, of course you were.
Yes, I was
for
over.
that funeral you were in London.
It was the funeral of the lady Margaret Raddick.
What was she to you, Sean?
She was married to my uncle.
Oh, I
and
see.
she had reached 100 last September, and in 15th of February passed
Just
her
around
eternal.
the time that we had a celebration for your
That's
retirement.
right, passed her eternal reward, and so 8 members of the family went over to Kingston upon Thames near London this week.
So what did you bring from your plane?
But on the plane itself, a very clever idea. Look at what they combined: a spoon
and a knife. Very good.
Combined. There it is, a spoon and a knife combined.
Very good. So you could eat your
actually,
dessert with it, you could stir your tea with it, and cut your meat with it, and all the rest.
exactly, this is it.
That's
But
called
Eileen,
multitasking.
I am sure there's there's lots and lots of wonderful news that you have. But I think this evening we're going to be hearing about the very famous priests.
Yes.
Famous priests. And we talk about Brian Dennehy being at the INEX Centre some time ago. The priests were there a couple of months ago, and we had the privilege of meeting with them.
I bet you they didn't pass it on to you.
Oh, and they even sang us a special song.
Oh, lovely.
So,
more about that later.
Exclusive to LTV2.
Lovely.
But Eileen, we're ready for your wonderful news.
Okay, then. Now, this is something that Sean didn't show you when he was talking about Clara News. The front page of Clara News, this lovely picture. So Sean might hone in on it there. You got it? Now, you all know that we are friends in high places. Now, these money get out of Connor, welcome to LTV2 News. First of all, I want to say a very happy 90th birthday to Penny Murphy, the West End, and wish himself and his lovely wife, Teresa Corcoran, all the best, and indeed all the family all the best for the future. Here are the results of this week's parish lotto draw, which was held at the Wallace Arms Hotel on Sunday night. Numbers drawn were 1, 7, 13 and 21, and the jackpot was not won. €100 went to Emer O'Mahony in Chile. The seller was her dad Jerry, and he got €50 seller's prize. €50 went to Evelyn Toomey, the Main Street. 20 each to Mairead Daly, Mount Leader, Julia Curtin of Whelan, Elaine and Timmy O'Connor, Garan, Willie Ray, Murphy's Terrace, Paddy Sheehan, Murphy's Terrace, Tessie O'Sullivan, Crinaloo, Patsy Mack, Mount Leader, and Mairead Galvin of Main Street. Jackpot for next week is 7,600, and the draw will be at Tarrant's Bar on Sunday night. The AGM of the Lotto Committee will be held at the Wallace Arms Hotel on Friday, March the 18th, starting at 7 o'clock. And back to Tarrant's Bar. Fans will be delighted to hear that the Sam Maguire Cup is coming to Tarrant's Bar on this Saturday night, March the 12th. A framed picture of the whole team will be raffled on the night, and a great night is guaranteed. Preparations are in full swing for our St. Patrick's Day Parade, which will be held in Millstreet on the 17th of March at 5 o'clock p.m. Regular meetings are being held, and those intending to take part, please give your details to any committee member. Lots of prizes to be won, and there's a special prize for the best dressed window in the town. People in the town are asked to please decorate their premises in honour of our patron saint, and to add more atmosphere to the situation. Out in Carriganmid, they will host their St. Patrick's Day Parade on Sunday the 20th of March at 2 p.m. Music on the day will be provided by the ever-popular Threshing Mill Boys. And again, those intending to take part, please leave your details with Shawnee or Matt in the pub. And to the west, Rathmore are holding their St. Patrick's Day Parade on the 13th of March at 2 p.m, led by the Cullen Pipe Band. And the contact number there is 087 6737 063. Our brilliant development group are making waves in all directions. Having already held a string of very successful events, they are now going to hold a walking festival on the weekend of April the 9th and 10th. Now that the Loop Walk on Clara Mountain has become a reality, they are developing further extensions to it, thus exposing some of the finest scenery in the world, comprising of our lakes, mountains, castles, holy wells and other historical sites. Already a lot of keen interest is being shown on this walking festival, and it's a first for Millstreet, so please pass the word. And the contact number there is 087 352 8750. Our Vintage Club will hold their Monster Vintage Rally and Family Day Out at the Greenlands on Easter Sunday, April the 24th, with the proceeds going to local charities. And our bank holiday weekend will be taken up with the Monster Mac triathlon centred around Millstreet Country Park. Check out their website at www.monstermac.ie. Medjugorje celebrates its 30th anniversary this year, and John O'Connell wants to remind you of a pilgrimage that is going there on September the 3rd, 2011. For full details, contact him at 026 40 007. Our wonderful pipe band is celebrating 60 years of unbroken service, with some of the founder members still there to the good. They are holding a gala event at the Drumhall Hotel in Killarney on Saturday, March the 26th. Tickets at €30 each are on sale over a wide area, and you can get them even at the credit union. So please support it well. Set dancing continues every Monday night at Oban Community Centre starting at 9:15. And a fun card game is there every Thursday night at 8:30, and all are welcome. Score na Páistí. Millstreet enjoyed great success in the Duhala Score na Páistí last Saturday night in the Edel Quinn Hall in Kanturk. Millstreet took outright victory in the instrumental music and runner-up in the ballad group. The victorious Millstreet instrumental music group now advanced to the semi-finals, which will be held in Ballydehob on Sunday next, starting at 2:30. In GAA, Millstreet overcame Kanturk in the Duhara Under-21 Football Championship and meet Kilbrinn in the semi-final on this Friday night. In Cullen this week, there were 45 people weighed in on Monday night and 47 pounds weight were lost, and there were only 3 nights to go. Daffodil Day will be on the 25th of March, so please get ready to support it well. I will show you the card, and now back to the rest of the programme.
Sometimes you've dried all my tears. You stood close beside me and held me when good times turned bad. I need you to know you're the fast they're turning from silver to gold. I pray we will share them together as we're growing old. You're my best friend, the one friend I know will be there come what may. You're the one I depend on, the one friend I turn to each day. So if sometimes I hurt you and things that I say make you sad, remember I love you and you're the best friend that I've ever had. I know we'll be there come what may. You're the one I depend on, the one friend I turn to each day. So if sometimes I hurt you and things that I say make you sad, remember I love you and you're the best friend that I've ever had. Oh, remember I love you and you're the best friend that I've ever had.
Step numbers, and I'm going to do a great song called Don't Wanna Talk. So we want to see you all on the floor. Here we go with Don't Wanna Talk. Don't wanna talk unless I'm talking to you. Don't wanna be lonesome. Don't wanna be blue, baby. That's how much I love you. Don't wanna live unless I'm with you. Regrets. And this song is a great song, and it's also featured on our new CD. So here we go with Marianne Regrets. We want to see you all on the floor. I saved up my money to buy my sweetheart some flowers. Saturday's date, I restlessly counted the hours. But in the mail next morning, I received a short little note, and I broke down and cried. It was worse than Marianne regrets she's unable to see you again. She's leaving for Europe next week. She'll be feeling till then. And I know that she loves me. Poor boys don't get in her bed. I said goodbye, true love. Goodbye, my sweet Marianne. One more time. Marianne regrets she's unable to see you again. She's leaving for Europe next week. She'll be feeling till then. And I know that she loves me. Poor boys don't fit in her bed. I said goodbye, true love. Goodbye, my sweet Marianne. I said goodbye, true love. Goodbye, my sweet Marianne. You're doing great all together. Now we're going to finish this off great. The Pretty Little Girl from Oman. Come on, sing along. Way up in no tower, there's a little girl on my own. Swings and I'll say as soon as the stars fill out all over you surround. Come on, you can tell tower. There's two little girls knows to act. They're just as pretty in my hand. If you go around and go, well, yes, there I'll be out of town till treat those lonely times. Come on by, here comes your tiger. She goes round me, tells me that she's going to marry me. Never knew the law, she tells me all, she's happy as can be. Oh, baby, well, I don't understand me, but girls in my life seem so true. Come on by, here comes your tiger. Great all together. Deep down inside the North Shore, I know that girl's where she roams. On the shore they're all alone. Well, yes, there was not a day was drinking there all the way. Come on by, here comes your tiger. She goes round and tells me that she's going to marry me. And this long she tells me all, she's happy as can be. Oh, baby, well, I don't understand me, but feeling up the house and see. Come on by, here comes your tiger. Come on by, here comes your tiger. Thank you for dancing, ladies and gentlemen.
Mr. Jones, this car you sold me isn't all that I desire. You swore it was young and healthy, but now I find it's old and tired. But a deal's a deal, you tell me, and there's nothing to be done. Mr. Jones, I'd like you better if you robbed me with a gun. And you're a Sunday morning Christian, sir, singing louder than the rest. Beg forgiveness at the altar with your chin down on your chest. For tomorrow will be Monday. You revert back to your ways, dodging, kicking, cheating, shoving, with no thoughts about our loving. Don't let me stand in your way. Surely God will forgive you next Sunday. Mrs. Smith, your fine attendance shows the Christian life you live. But I know your little secret. You expect God to forgive. You kiss your husband Monday morning, see him safely on his way. Then get ready for your lover. It's a long time till Sunday, and you're a Sunday morning Christian, ma'am, singing louder than the rest. Beg forgiveness at the altar with your chin down on your chest. But tomorrow will be Monday. You revert back to your way, gouging, kicking, cheating, shoving, with no thoughts about our loving. Don't let me stand in your way. Surely God will forgive you next Sunday.
Someone say, if I had his money, I could do things my way. But little they know that it's so hard to find one rich man content with a satisfied mind. Once I was waiting in fortune and fame, everything that I dreamed of to get a start in life's way. But suddenly it happened, I lost every dime. But I'm richer by far with a satisfied mind. Money can buy back your youth when you're old, or a friend when you're lonely, or a love that's gone cold. The wealthiest person is a pauper at times, compared to the man with a satisfied mind.
when life has ended and my time has run out. My friends and my loved ones I leave, there's no doubt. There's one thing for certain, when it comes my time, I leave this old world with a satisfied mind. There's one thing for certain, when it comes my time, I leave this old world with a satisfied mind.
I'm thinking about giving up this rambling round and hanging up my highway shoes. Lately when I walk they make a hollow sound and they carry me away from you. Every night I lay my body down, my empty arms just leave me blue. So I'm thinking about giving up this rambling round and find my way back home to you. I have always been a traveling kind, a million miles behind me now. Kept on following that thin white line, but now I want to turn around. I only live to hear that highway sound, high and lonesome, low and blue. Now I'm thinking about giving up this rambling round and find my way back home to you. So say goodbye to all my rambling pals, old Highway Dave and Southside Sue. I don't believe they'll miss me anyhow. What's one less wayward soul or two? Down the road they'll pass the jug around and they'll sing them lonesome highway blues. But I'm thinking about giving up this rambling round and find my way back home to you.
Hello,
Hello.
you're back.
I am.
Alright, no news?
No, not a bit. Have you?
I don't be out much to get news.
You have loads of news.
Cesare has the news.
Well, Ali has news, but you have loads of things to tell people.
Loads of things to tell
Okay,
people.
I'll
They're
tell
the
you
most
because
beautiful daffodils.
They're lovely. Now, could you not interrupt me, please?
Okay, I'll continue.
Okay, as I mentioned already, on Sunday the 20th of March there's a Patrick's Day Parade, yes, 3 days after the event, but it's something different, out in Carriganema.
Carriganema.
And tell
Christmas is also late this year.
me, 1 second I want to use time, is there any prize for the best float?
surprise.
A surprise.
The most original.
The most original. So there's a prize for the most
There
original.
is a bit of a surprise, yeah.
Okay, so get your thinking caps
You all
on.
will have to make an effort, folks. The most original. What are you planning?
Can I
Any
tell you
hints?
that? No, none whatsoever.
Okay.
But there is a very special night also coming up. So, Eiley, watch out for this one. Friday the 25th of March, we are rerunning Women's Christmas.
Christmas is coming after Patrick's Day, like.
Because the last one there
Right.
was snow and it got cancelled and all the rest of it, so we decided just let's go again.
Should we have a snowmobile in Carrigan, huh? Didn't it carry you out there several nights over
It
Christmas?
did, but this
And back
is,
home safely?
yeah,
Did you ever say thanks?
I did plenty times.
Oh, you did actually. I forgot about
Yeah.
this, yeah.
So there's music by Fergus with the Red Boots. Shawnee and Matt have loads of surprises planned for the night. We
Some
don't know.
night there will be a big surprise.
Yeah, and so it's definitely a night worth, and maybe a night worth recording. You'd never know. Something different anyway. But that's 2 events.
Talks
Event else
is very bad weather in the March this year, I think.
is there.
Did you
Anyway,
not hear the long range forecast?
I heard it for this week. And
There's a
it's
snow
go-
front. Declan Sheehan told me there's a snow front on the way.
Anyway, so closer to us, tomorrow night there is Marie O'Riordan's having her CD launch in the Castle Heights Hotel. So
Killarney Heights. No.
Is it Killarney
Maybe
Heights?
it was the
Killarney
Castle
Heights.
Heights in
Well,
your
maybe
time.
if you
It's
stop
the
reading the
Killarney Heights.
Clarion instead of saying these things, I won't get them mixed up.
I'm not reading the Clarion, it's the Clarion News.
Whatever it is.
I think that holiday in San Deposit didn't do you any good. See, look, it's the Clarion News, folks. Continue.
Everyone else to say.
No.
Anyway, speaking
The
of
weather,
memories,
the weather's smashing.
speaking of Emery's CD launch, we are now going to go to a song by Emery
Called?
called "The Story I Tell You
Is
Is
True."
True."
Stroll for a while through my memory, and I'll tell you of times long ago, when we walked to school summer and winter, barefoot through the fields we would go. I remember our little thatched cottage and the half door led into the hall, the crane or the fire in the kitchen, and the grandfather clock on the wall. Oh, the stowshes was cleared with a boulder and costly the second view. The bacon they tongue from the ceiling, sure the story I tell you is true. We went in the trap to Mass Sundays, and Grandad would wear his best hat. The priest would recite from the altar, and the women in different seats sat. Matchmaking was part of tradition, and the rambling house filled up at night. The tailor would tell the ghost stories, oh, the children would shiver with fright. Oh, the stowshes was cured with a poker and pussy the second view. The bacon they tongue from the ceiling, sure the story I tell you is true. I remember the sound of the anvil and the burning horse hoof we would smell as we passed the forge door in the evening. Dishwasher we fetch from the well. We spancel the cows before milking, tied the horse to the wall through the shoe. His collar and tames, his winkers and reins, the harness we kept it like new. Oh, the stowshes was cured with a poker and pushing the second view. The bacon they tongue from the ceiling, sure the story I tell you is true. For miles to the fair in the darkness, with our animals we walked with delight. When the wheeling and dealing was over, everyone waited on for the fight. Now I hope that in telling this story, I tell you is true.
And the wonderful voice there of Anne-Marie O'Riordan. And of course, Anne-Marie is appearing at her very special launch tomorrow night in the Killarney Heights Hotel which will be an absolutely spectacular occasion itself. And that very lovely song that she was singing there, of course, is one of the real favourites. The story I tell you is true. And we're also now going to remain in Killarney because with William on camera we were hugely privileged to meet at the INEX Centre in Killarney a few months ago the famous priests, the famous singers from Northern Ireland, and you'll hear how we got to meet with them. It was through a direct connection that has an actual link with Rathmore and with Millstreet through the O'Donnell family. So now we're going to go directly over now to the INEX Centre just after their absolutely wonderful performance, and we're going to meet with quite a lot of those who were involved in that spectacular night itself. Well, my goodness, through the good offices and wonderful offices of the one and only Rihanna, we are joined and blessed, as you can see, by not only the wonderful priests, but also Rebecca Nelson. Hello. And this is so special. Rihanna, first of all, tell us what's in common with your good self, the priests, your dear dad, God rest him, and ourselves.
Well, Sean, you and I go far back to when I was a kid. You're an old friend of my dad's. I always have been a friend of the family. And Sean used to come up to Garantara to visit us every summer.
Oh, yes.
So,
the summer
yes, exactly.
Yes.
So that's right. So we have strong connections with there. Happy memories, very happy memories. And of course, the priest went to school there. Secondary school or all the way second?
Yeah. All 7 years we spent in Garantara, yes.
My goodness.
Wonderful years, I'm sure.
And Rihanna just pointed out to me that actually in your beautiful programme, in fact, the programme uses...
Is Garantara.
Yes, that's right.
Garantara, that's the music block. The music block. That's under the music department, as was when we were there.
And there's a photograph of the three of us in here in what was the priest's dining room
Right in there.
in
Ooh.
Garantara.
As teachers, we got in there.
You did.
Well, we never get in there, but we get in now. So there we are, that's us.
We did it. And I see David and Eugene got a lovely, lovely coat of arms, and I got a lovely chandelier. Lovely, yes.
Illuminated, Martin, don't worry. And then, of course, there's the front, that's the Giant's Causeway. Funnily, I'll tell you a funny story. When we were doing that actual shot at the Causeway Coast, there were lots of tourists, as there are here in Killarney, etc., and Tralee, and a lot of Spanish were there. They thought we were actually doing a kind of a photo for new clerical wear, and we were the kind of the clerical mannequins for the day. There you go. Yeah.
Well, Father, I must say, what we have seen here this evening has been just so special. And just spreading the gospel in this unique manner, this is very special. This is what you are actually doing, isn't it, sir?
Well, I suppose, when it all comes down to it, that's exactly what we've been doing. We had music tonight from both our albums, the majority of which, of course, is religious music, sacred music, beautiful music, and again, it's just putting it, into this particular kind of context, not in a church, but in a concert hall. And I suppose that, for that very reason, it reaches right across all kinds of divides. And it is a wonderful means, it must be said. Music and singing, wonderful means of being able to do that.
Just to make sure that we get the right names, we're now speaking with Father
Eugene O'Hagan.
Eugene O'Hagan, whose brother is...
Father Martin, that's me, yes.
Sure. And then the very great friend?
Father David Didargi.
Right.
Whose birthday it is tomorrow.
There we are. The 12th of June.
21 again.
21 again.
Yeah.
21 plus that.
Now, you have entered the Guinness Book of Records. Can you remember why?
Yes, it was because we sold our debut album was the fastest selling classical debut album in the UK of all time.
My goodness.
Yeah.
And yes, and you've also actually recorded in the Vatican.
Yes, we had the wonderful opportunity of returning to the Vatican for the first album, where we recorded in the Cappella Giulia and that was a fantastic experience for all three of us. It brought back a lot of memories, and of course the setting was superb. It's unusual to be allowed to record in that setting, but we were given permission, and the memory will always be very cherished.
And of course, joining you tonight, a very, very special guest, Rebecca. My goodness, singing that Maori love song was so special.
Oh yes, no, it is. It's a lovely song.
And you'll have to call out its name again.
It's called Pokari Kariana.
Yes, we won't repeat that. Absolutely tremendous altogether. The reaction from the audience tonight, very special.
Oh yes, no, it was. It was a great audience to perform in front of. They were beautiful.
And Rena, of course, as part of the 10-piece orchestra, blending in and harmonising in such a most amazing manner. Not one wrong note, we noted, there tonight.
Good,
must be
good.
a real challenge.
Well, everybody just is enjoying being there, and they were lucky to have some very nice arrangements of the songs. Yes, they blend well with the voices, and it's just easy. It's a pleasure to work with the.
We said ourselves in the concert, they've been a great bunch to travel with and to have fun with and eat with and shout at, and they shout back, etc. So yeah, it's been mutually uplifting and
a wonderful word there from Father Pat Moore, of course, who's such a great communicator like your good selves. Humour is such a part of your overall concert.
Well, yes, I think we try to sort of bring all of what we are as human beings into this kind of stage show, you know. We bring our priesthood into that, we bring our humanity into it as well, you know, and we kind of try to show that we're kind of three-dimensional characters, as we all are, you know, and it's nice to let people see that.
My goodness. And as relaxed as these good people were on the Late Late Show, my goodness, being in their presence, my knees are just shaking at the moment.
Behave yourself.
But at this point, thank you so much. We know you're on your way to Limerick at this point.
Yes. Limerick tomorrow night in the University Concert Hall.
Yes, looking forward to it very much.
And this is a global experience. Some of the places you mentioned there, as far away as Australia?
Yes, we went to, well, I was only for a week, 8 days out and back, and we were exhausted by the time we came back, but a fantastic experience. Unfortunately, we didn't get to sing in the Sydney Opera House, hopefully next time, but a tremendous experience.
Well, I must say we have a very special word of thanks to your special producer, Lloyd. Lloyd, thank you so much, Lloyd. There is Lloyd and all his background team here who have been so helpful here.
And the people here at INEC have been so truly welcoming and warm. It's been fantastic.
And the O'Donoghue family here at the INEC Centre have always been great ambassadors, not only for the Kingdom of Kerry, but for Ireland right through. So there it is, with William Fitzgerald on camera for LTV2 Millstreet. We'll now return to the studio, and my goodness, do we feel uplifted? And would we have a final harmonising word before we finish? From maybe is there some way by which, like saying maybe happy?
Yes, we could do Shine. This is
Shine. This is Shine.
This
is
we could do Shine.
Right.
Here goes.
Over here. You have to shift in terms.
Oh yes.
We did this for our friend Jonathan Wass. Jonathan Wass on the Jonathan Wass shows, and he said, sing us a little ditty or something. But we had this prepared in the green room, something entirely unexpected. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2.
So come on, see the light on your face, let it shine, just let it shine, let it shine.
Yes, that's our take that.
And it's an exclusive.
Yes.
Thank you very much indeed.
Pleasure. Thank you so much.
Such a pleasure indeed, fathers.
And you're welcome back to Garantower anytime.
Oh, absolutely. We'll have to have a reunion in Garantower, and we'll bring all the O'Donnell family on the occasion itself.
Last night I dreamed you were still here with me, like the days when we once had our love. Our bodies were swaying to an old melody when a voice whispered time to get up. The radio says it's 10 after 8. Now I'm late, but I still close my eyes. Just a few more minutes of life
Brendan, I'm honoured.
Mary, welcome back. Did you enjoy the holidays?
I did. Great time.
Very good.
Where's Jory?
I think they left him in Dublin yesterday. He went up with the new TD yesterday.
Oh, did he?
Didn't return. Sean Ridley said they left him.
That right, Sean? Yeah, Sean says yeah. Well, before we go to Brendan's piece, one thing that we forgot to do in our piece was we forgot to say, first of all, I suppose hard luck, and also well done to the Fitzy Chicks who performed in the semi-final of the All-Ireland Talent Show last Sunday night. They weren't successful, but they proved themselves very well. Shawnee was very disappointed because they were his discovery, but who knows, their time will come yet. Anyway, Brendan.
I thought they were really fit as discovery.
No, they were Shawnee's.
Huh?
They were Shawnee's.
I differ on that. I think really fits the formula.
No.
Yeah.
Anyway, what have you got for us tonight?
We're going back to the hotel to do our Tarrant on Millstreet back in February, when the IFA, the whole branch of IFA, held their 40th anniversary, and they had a bit of a gathering there and social.
Oh, very good.
So we're going back to see some of it tonight,
Speeches and a bit of music?
Well, I didn't wait for the music. It was the speeches and handovers.
Okay, will we go and have a look?
Right now.
But the cake is about to be cut, and there's some photographs and videos on to be taken of it. And to perform the task, we have on my left there John Crowley from NAD, Senator Richard Pomeroy from Macau, and he was the first secretary, and the president incumbent is Dan Reardon. So the chief, they will perform the act as such. Written on it here is IFA Johara Region 40 years 1971 to 2011. So, the cake has been kindly sponsored by Pat Lucy across from me here. He doesn't want it mentioned, but he can't put about it now. And Pat is all from Co.Cork, near Drummock School, and he was secretary of the region for a good many years. I think he was the second secretary.
Thank you for the ride, there. Okay, boys, yeah. Okay, John. All right. Okay, boys, again, look at me now again. Never mind. Okay, Brendan, you're all right?
Yeah.
Look, we lift it up, we'll take it on. No, we'll do it.
Let Richie hold that.
And we feel coming in, this is where you actually make it look worse. You don't know what to say.
I'll just say a few words while we're waiting for the cutting of the cake. The region was formed. There was about 30 people present as such. And as you see there, the first officers was John Crowley from NAD as chairman, Richard Palmer from Knockard as secretary, and the late Tim Kerr from Rathcoole was treasurer. And in that period of time, over the last 40 years, including the present incumbents, we had 10 treasurers, 8 secretaries, 12 chairmen, that's if you include me as one, 9 PROs and 4 presidents as such. And tonight we're making presentations to 23 of them because there was more than, they didn't pardon me. I seem to be gone flat, but over that period of time they had more than one position, not at the very same time. Now at county level we were on council on 2 occasions, county secretary twice, county treasurer twice, county PRO twice, and county president once. And on the commodity side, we were on the sheep committee once, county president once, rural development on 3 occasions, the president incumbent of that, the Western Committee on 3 occasions. As far as secretaries was concerned, secretary of the Farm Business Committee twice, and the president incumbent of the Environment Committee. I can recollect saying to Bobby O'Sullivan, when the region was 35 years of age, we did something in relation to it, and unfortunately he's not with us tonight. And Tim Kerr is passed away. So did Pat Cashman, who was the first president, and T.B. O'Reilly, who was president of the region. So in that period of time, people that had positions, there are only 4 that have passed away. So I'm glad that we are here this evening as such, and we have some scrolls here, as you can see, with the hope and the objective that people are something to look back in for that time. Some of those people are not attending our regional gatherings there with some time or other, but the majority are, and it's nice that there'll be some bit of appreciation shown towards them. So I rest my case at this.
Very good.
And before she do, I want to welcome Dawn Kelly from Bearer. Also president one time. As such, he's still actively engaged in IFA, and Gerard O'Connell, who's the former county chairman, and he's the present chairman of the Farm Business Committee. All these people have been in Duhallow more than once and such, and they're only always a phone call away. And we welcome their advice and good counsel and so on. And if farming was doing well, and if they had money, I'd say they'd have a holiday home in Duhallow. So I'll rest my case. I'll hand it to you.
Thank you, Richie. Will I go up to the top, I suppose? Thank you, Richie, for that, and thank you for inviting me here tonight. It's a great pleasure for me to come here on such a special occasion to celebrate your 40th anniversary. And I suppose, look, that didn't happen by accident, and it was no mean achievement that you are here tonight celebrating it. It was the work that the voluntary officers have put into this region with the last 40 years. You know, it means a lot to us in the county to have Duhallow region. As Richie was reading out all the county officers there a while ago, I think we have never had a term of office in the county without an officer from Duhallow. We've had at least 1 and 2, and we have 2 at present, which you all know is Dan and Richie. Richie is the current PRO and Dan is the Rural Development Chairman. And I suppose, look, I want to thank Dan and Richie for a start, for the work they have put into this tonight. You must appreciate, I think they're at it with months. There was a lot of research, and you know, it has taken a lot to bring it here to fruition tonight. And I would like you all to put your hands together and thank Dan and Richie for making the night so successful. And I suppose, look, at county level, it makes my job very easy when I can lift up the phone any day and ring Dan and Richie, because I might want them to lobby a TD or fill a bus to go protesting or whatever. And look, in fairness to them, they're always at the end of the phone, and you know, thank you for that. And also the other officers that I got to know during the time. I remember Donny Howard and Tony Healy and Donald Murphy, I think, was just gone before I started in IFA. He must be older than what he looks, because he was definitely there before me, like so. But look, I don't want to go mentioning names. As I said, it has been a huge effort by everybody over the years to keep the region going. And I suppose, look, the region holds a special place, I suppose, in everybody around the country, because I remember this now from all the elections when the people are around canvassing, and you remember it was only 12 months ago that John Bryan and them all were around canvassing. And they would always make a beeline for Duhallow, because they had to get a handle on Duhallow and suss it out and see what way you were going to vote. So, that's what I mean. They saw it as being so special that it was looked on as an executive on its own. And that's a tremendous, and that is all to do with you and the effort that you put into keeping it going over this time. And I suppose, look, the one person that I have to mention is Bobby O'Sullivan. And I was delighted that we gave him the honorary life membership award there 2 years ago now, because I know that he played a very central role here in this region. And I hope, as you say, he's looking down on us tonight, and may he rest in peace. So, that was. I know that Bobby was very special to you all and to us in the county as well. I don't know, have I much more to say? Only just to wish you well for maybe the next 40 years. You should be proud of your region. You must attend the meetings, bring on new blood, because look, Dan and Richie aren't going to last forever, So you better have replacements and bring them along. And as I said, be proud of your region. And look, let's hope that somebody will be back here again in another 40 years celebrating the 80th. So thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of the night. Time for the cake.
While you're nibbling with the cake there, I'll get John to say a few words, please.
Thanks, Richie. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to be invited down here tonight to the 40th anniversary. I have a long association and connection with the Duhallow region. I became secretary in 1985, and I had to strike off at Duhallow to get that position. That was John O'Flynn from Tubbard in Newmarket. Since then, John and myself were great work together. John went on to be secretary in South Tipperary afterwards, and I was following footsteps of Frank O'Callaghan, who was the county secretary, and Donald Murphy came after me as county secretary as well. Look, as Anne said, and we in the county executive are very glad to have you had a part of us, because I remember the county divide, and I was secretary at the time, and the Duhallow fellow stuck with the main core of the county. Bobby O'Sullivan and a few more of the lads at that time were very vocal and adamant that we would stay as a part of this. So that's why you're a bit of Cox, part of Cox Central. And to Dan and to Richie, we're proud of you because you have constant connection all the time with the county executive here. There as long as I am, and probably longer, and we will be there for a long time yet. When I was environmental chairman, John McCarthy from Drumtara was my secretary, and he's still the secretary to the current environmental chairman. And look, Bobby Sullivan in Lotto was farm business, and I'm the farm businessman at the moment, and I try to follow in his footsteps. And it's hard, but I must say one thing about Bobby, and I know for a fact that there are a lot of farm families farming in Cork today would not be farming only for the efforts that Bobby had made in the financial crisis of the 1980s. Like, we are going through a financial crisis at the moment, but at that time you were talking about interest rates at 18 and 20%, so like there was hard negotiations there then as well. Look, and it's your 40s, and as Anne said, you've been here for a long time, but it's vital that new people and more people will get involved with him, because even the way things are at the moment, this economic recession in the country, agriculture is playing a vital part. Now, it always played a vital part, but when there was other goodies, banking and financial and construction, they kind of ignored agriculture. We had the politicians last night, and like there was music to our ears saying that they were all talking about agriculture. We told them about agriculture always, that we would always be there, that we wouldn't go to China, or the third world, or the third countries. We'd always be there. And now they will begin to grasp it. But look, we'll have to get more appreciated all because there's a lot of issues out there, regards taxation and a whole lot of issues in inheritance as well have to be sorted out in the future. So without going any further, Chairman, Richie and the Secretary, then I would wish you well in the future and a strong continuation of the O'Hara region with the Cork Central Executive. Thank you, lads.
Go on.
Oh, we have the order of
Peggy Carol Barrett to give her her full title with the step on behalf of late brother Kim. Next after that, and George Allen. Timothy P. O'Leary. He's got the caption gone. No. Ben O'Connor jumped in the queue there slightly, but we're doing all right, not too bad anyhow. And Catherine O'Leary Crone to give her a proper title on behalf of Father Timothy P. O'Leary. He was president of the region for some time.
So we give out the one there, we have to switch them.
His daughter Catherine. Seamus O'Sullivan on behalf of Bobby O'Sullivan, Pat Lucy and Tony Healy. Bobby O'Sullivan, Pat Lucy and Tony Healy. Seamus will take it for Bobby. Pat Lucy next. And Tony Healy. Next is John McCarthy, Dawn Holt and Dawn Murphy. Dawn Holt.
Congratulations. What's the one as well? No.
John McCarthy.
Right, congratulations as well.
And then Dawn Murphy. Next coming along is Luke Hurley, Con Hartnett and Danny Collins. Luke Hurley, Con Hartnett and Danny Collins. Con Hartnett and Danny Collins. Con Hartnett.
We spoke a few minutes ago. Congratulations. Right?
And Danny Collins. Next is John Joe Connell, John Lennon and Jim Lynch.
Look at the camera here.
And then John Jones.
John Lennon. And Jim Lynch. Timmy Murphy, Dan O'Reilly and myself. Timmy Murphy.
Right, again.
Dan O'Reilly.
Second last. Oh, yeah.
And P.J. Cashman, he was the first president of the region.
Chairman himself, the present chairman.
Tokens of our appreciation to the people concerned. That was Anne Cahan who spoke there earlier, for county chairperson. And I'd like at this point in time to express our gratitude to Anne, because for us here in Duhallow she's been a tremendous county chairman. She said a while ago that we are always at the end of the phone when she needs us, but by God she's at the end of the phone too when we need her, and that's awful important, and it works both ways. And the other people that we've done there is Gerard O'Connell, who spoke earlier as well, and Gerard, the former county chairman, and the present chairman of the Farm Business Committee, and again a great man to support Duhallow. And I think the final person then is Donald Kelly, my good friend here in the corner, who could drive into the yard at half-ish 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning, and maybe she'd keep out of the bed at half-ish 3 or 4, and then head for Castledownbere, as a matter of fact 8 miles west of Castledownbere, a place called Yehan Moor. And if you rang him again the following morning, he'd be back up. Are we in trouble with the mic? Is it there? It is, yeah. I remember one particular morning that I will get going after a bit. Tis gone dead anyway. Just anyway, I'm good at shouting. Any fella that have sheep and dogs usually is. But I remember one particular night I left Killarney at about 12:30, 1:15, and I parted company with Donald Kelly, and he was going to Castledownbere and I was going to Ballydaly. And it was a glorious moonlit frosty night, and we came out as far as Linfless Church, and Donald Kelly had a load of cattle that he had bought in Castleisland Mart that day, and the steam was coming up out of the truck in the moonlight, and Donald headed for Castledownbere with his load of cattle, and I headed for Ballydaly, and the two of us met the next morning below at the railway station in Millstreet at 8:10. Now, I honestly think Donald didn't get 2 hours sleep that night, and the man has phenomenal energy, and you know, again, another great man to come to Duhallow when he was wanted. And I think what they're getting tonight is only one small token of our huge appreciation for the 3 people I have mentioned. So I'd ask you to put your hands together for them, please. Richie will make the presentation, seeing you see is the current chairman, so I call on Richie to make that presentation. So, Donald, Gerard and Anne, if you would please.
Yes, thank you, Anne, and pleased to have the opportunity on this year is NFA, IFA 40 years, Irish Farmers Association, 40th anniversary 1971-2011, thank you, Anne. To our region of IFA, thank you for your wise counsel over many years for the betterment of the region. And to stand by Dan and myself, and we have Co.Cork Castle as an emblem of Duhallow. Thank you. I'll go with that slightly again. NFA, IFA 40 years, the Irish Farmers Association 40th anniversary 1971-2011 to Anne Cahan. Duhallow region of I thank you for your wise counsel over many years for the betterment of the region. Signed by Dan and myself as Secretary and Chairman, and presented by Duhallow region IFA. And we have the logo, the emblem of the coat of arms, Co.Cork Castle, because Co.Cork is the capital of Duhallow, with that on it. So we hope you'll, congratulations, so on. Don Kelly's next to me, same thing is on that. And Don, as Dan has already said, has been more than good to us in Duhallow, and he's still actively involved in IFA and so on, and he was along with us in the recent past. And we thank you for anything you've done for us and so forth, and you're only a phone call away. and you're always willing to answer it and help us out in any way we're going, in any problem or any difficulty we have in the region. So we appreciate that. And the last but by no means least is Gerald O'Connell. I don't want to make him an old man myself, but what I'll say next will make it be as long as I'm in IFA, he's there. No point if I say otherwise. No, clear cut, but he's weathering the storm, I think, better than me. There's no doubt in the world about that. Without much I can do about it. But as Dan has already said, I don't want to labour into thing too much, because he's more confident to express himself in the public domain than mine. But Gerard was down with us at our second last meeting as such, and he's a frequent caller to Duhallow, and he's come there time and time again, and he's put a lot of effort, and these three people are very active in IFA, and they give huge commitment and so on, as well as keeping their own show going at home. And I'm quite sure you people as such will concur with me when I say to thank them for their efforts and so on, and we are very pleased that they will see their way to come to start tonight. So congratulations, John.
How are you this week?
Not too bad. How are you?
Good. Not too bad. Not too bad. Any news by you?
Not much. Or
anything to say for yourself? Or
got to meet George Hook last week.
Oh, nice fella to meet. Nice fella to meet.
Hopefully come up in a few weeks. The Living Scenes project by the transition year students in the community school. They had a wonderful night showing their exhibition in the school. Yeah, they were dealing with a theme with the last couple of months, leadership, and they dressed up one of the classrooms. And
so George Hook was there too.
George Hook was there, and he loved the night, and and we were of course we did a bit of filming there.
Yeah.
And we got to shake his hand.
Very good.
But anyway, I'd just like to say hello to.
We stopped again. What's wrong, Brendan?
What you doing, Charles?
Well, Tyke, how are things this week?
Not too bad. How are you?
Not too bad. We just came back there from the IFA do there, the Wallace Hams. Brendan was up there with the camera. So there was some nice shots there. You have something to tell us there. You were talking to a couple of people there during the week. I understand you met George Hook, did you?
Oh, that's right, yes. It was last week. It was a special night held down in the Millstreet Community School for the Living Scenes project that's been done by the transition year students, and they had a special night celebrating the last couple of months of their work, and they've been dealing with a theme, leadership. And they dressed up one of the classrooms in the school to showcase the work that they did throughout the last year.
Is this project finished now? Is it, or is it still?
It is a new group a new group has started the Living Scenes project again, and it was a great night to finish. And of course, George Hook was invited down because John McGee and his wife, I think they've known George Hook for a while, so they got him to come down. And of course, I think George Hook knows Dr. Mary Sorlis as well, the person who came up with the whole project of Living Scenes in Galway. But it was a great night, and of course, I got to take my picture with Mr. Hook.
And Sorlis, I understand too.
That's right, of course, Brendan. Brendan as well.
So, have you anything else to say?
Oh, just a quick hello to Paddy O'Keefe. He's a forestry agricultural contractor from Newmarket, and he made a generous donation to LTV2 last week. He was actually doing a bit of work for us at home on our farm, and he watches the show every week. So hello, Paddy, and thank you very much.
I suppose while we're on the subject of donations, I suppose money is always something that we'll do it here on LTV2. To try and keep transmitters, equipment, and we'd say keep our own cameras, whatever, on the road, and to try and maybe upgrade as much as we can to try and make the service a bit better. So if there's anybody out there with any free cash, we would be delighted if they could give a donation or maybe organise a fundraiser. We'd be open to any ideas. So you know where we are, and we'd be delighted if we could get a bit of help on that score. So anything else, Clive, before we end up the programme?
And again, to mention the great work you're doing, the show can now be watched online. For those who are having trouble with the man here. Program 181 has gone online there now with the last few days, and I'll be putting up 182 there on the next couple of days as well. So it's great. Like, I mean, I think it's certainly a lot of people abroad in particular that can't get it, obviously. Abroad and actually around the area, because people have been coming up to me like, oh, we can't get it. And how can we watch it? And
it might be a couple of days later than what is on the actual TV itself on the Thursday night or the Sunday night, but it's fairly soon after, to be honest.
So online, Millstreet.ie, so
that's it. So Millstreet.ie or our Facebook page, and we also have a YouTube channel as well, so you can link it on any one of those. So happy viewing for anyone that goes in the next while to see any of those programs. I suppose we'll call it a night of that, will be?
A little nice. Thanks for watching.
So it is, as it's William Fitzgerald is this week we will go out with
Tom Jones, is it? Sure.
No, he's more famous than Tom Jones. So it's good night for everyone here at our LTV2 studios in Millstreet, and we go out with the one and only Big Tom.
Oh, we're going out the same way we came in. Don't matter who you know or where you've been. Makes no difference who you are, Skid Row Joe or superstar. You're going out the same way you came in. We are born into this world without a thing, and we leave it just as naked as we came. Him a drive a coupe de ville on a mansion on the hill. Don't mean nothing when St. Peter calls your name. Oh, you're going out the same way you came in. Someone will load a fire next to kin. Some will weep and some will moan, some will spit upon your stone. But you're going out the same way you came in. Oh, they'll lay you out in all your fancy clothes, then they'll figure out just who and what you own. Then the lawyers line their nest, and your kinfolk gets the rest, 'cause you can't take it with you when you go. Oh, you're going out the same way you came in. Makes no difference who you know or where you've been. Makes no difference who you are, Skid Row Joe or superstar. You're going out the same way you came in. Oh, you're going out the same way you came in. Makes no difference who you know or where you've been. Makes no difference who you are, Skid Row Joe or superstar. You're going out the same way you came in.